Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Snakebite. I'm George Connolly.
And I'm Andrew Pauling. Here's what happened in the past week in Moccasin athletics. The volleyball team picked up a crucial win this weekend when they defeated Rollins on the road in 4 sets on Saturday. This was the first conference win of the season for the Mocs, who are now 3-10 overall and 1-5 in conference play. Rachel Martin was the player of the game with her 12-kill, 5-block performance against the Tars. The team returns to the Jenkins Fieldhouse for a pair of home games this weekend. They will take on Lynn this Friday at 7 p.m. and Nova Southeastern on Saturday at 4 p.m.
In women's soccer news, the Mocs had their first tie of the season following their scoreless bout at Lynn this Saturday. The team fired off a season-high 18 shots but failed to score any against the Lynn goalkeeper, Devin Malcolm. The girls will travel to the University of Tampa tonight for a 7 p.m. matchup against the Spartans. They return home this weekend for a 7 p.m. game against Florida Tech this Saturday. That matchup will start a 3-game homestand for the Mocs.
On the men's side of things, the Mocs were shut out in a 1-0 loss against an undefeated Lynn squad that is currently ranked 17th in the nation. In the highly physical matchup, there were 33 fouls and 7 yellow cards handed out between the two teams. The team is back in action tonight at 7 o'clock when they take on the University of Tampa here at Moccasin Field. They will be on the road this weekend where they take on Florida Tech at 7 on Saturday.
The cross-country teams earned some regional recognition in last week's United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association South Region polls. The men's squad came in 5th, while the women were ranked 4th. Our own Jillian Kurtz has more on this story.
I'm here with men's cross-country coach Matt Levassiur. And coach, after a strong start to the season, what are your thoughts on being ranked 5th in the regional poll?
That's about where we hope to be at this point. 5th is we have some very, very good teams ahead of us. Number 1 in the conference is, or in the region I should say, is ranked nationally, and we have 2 Sunshine State Conference teams ahead of us as well. So they're more of our immediate concern. Coming into this season, we had 3 really strong returners with Mitchell Kozik, Mason Jones, and Josh Wagner. We had a senior, Warren Grajales, coming back, but we added 9 freshmen to the team. So we knew there was going to be some assimilation there, and the transition has gone relatively smooth. The freshmen have done quite well, and they've taken to the team, and I think it bodes well for the future.
And the other week, Mason Jones picked up his 5th career SSC Weekly honor. How has he been a leader for your team?
Mason is a lead by example sort of guy. He doesn't say very much. He wears the shades when he runs. He's very no nonsense sort of poker face kind of guy. But the guys rally around him because he sets a great example of what it takes to be good at this level, which is really just sticking to the daily grind of the whole thing. And Mason embodies sort of that hard work ethic that we're trying to develop here at Florida Southern. He's a local boy, Titusville, and so almost all of our boys in the top 7 are, I should say, our men in the top 7 are from Florida. So it's a Florida-based team, and we're really trying to develop with local talent. And Mason certainly embodies that. Mason and Josh Wagner as well.
And so this weekend you head to North Carolina for the Royals Cross Country Challenge. What are your expectations for the upcoming weekend?
Well, coming off of our race at Roy Griak, which was a course that it looks like the topography looks like somebody's having cardiac arrest. It just goes up and down and up and down and up and down. This is comparatively a track meet. It's like going to a NASCAR track for cross country. So it's fast, and the men are excited to chase some PRs. We're excited to race some good competition. I think we have the chance to have one of the fastest top 5 averages that we've had in Florida Southern history. A lot of our guys are going to be trying to go under 26 minutes for the first time, under 25 minutes for the first time. Mason Jones has a shot at the school record for cross country. So there's a lot of big things we can take away from this weekend.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach, and back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, Jillian. The Mocs will head to Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend for their last regular season event of the fall.
The ice hockey team split their pair of home games this weekend at the Lakeland Ice Arena. The Mocs were shut out by the University of Florida in a 7-0 loss on Friday before picking up their first win of the season in a 9-7 shootout against the Rinkside Sports Adult League on Saturday night. Senior Anthony Sambito said, quote, "The atmosphere was incredible. Most of us have never played in front of a crowd that large and that loud before. We have the talent, and I think the pieces are starting to fall into place," end quote.
FSC Athletics has released the schedule for the upcoming men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse, and softball seasons. Men's lacrosse opens their season at home against Malloy on February 7th. This is the first of 9 home games for the team. Women's lacrosse opens with a pair of road games before their first home game on February the 20th against Adelphi. The girls will play 12 of their 17 games at home. Softball will be playing 27 of their 49 games at home, with their home opener scheduled for February 3rd in a doubleheader against Yearlson. Now, Andrew, we see most of these teams playing the majority of their games at home. Can you explain why this is?
Well, it's not like so much as in professional baseball where you have to play half your games at home, half on the road. You don't have to have that even split, and especially here at Florida Southern, we have premier facilities here. We also have a very strong fan base. Our athletes love playing at home. We continually see good crowds for all of our sports, whether that be fall, winter, or spring. So obviously, if the coaches can make their schedule that way, they'd prefer to have those extra couple of home games.
Now, switching gears, you were at men's soccer and hockey this weekend. What were your thoughts on both of those games?
Both games, highly physical. The men's soccer game, as we said earlier, the 33 fouls, that was an intense game. A lot of action going on, even for a 1-0 game. The team played very well, and they held their own against a very tough opponent. And then in hockey, it was nice to see them pick up their first win. They were 0-3. It was really good for the fans to see that as well. There was this huge tunnel of students cheering the team on as they went back into the locker room after the win, high-fiving all the players. That's not something that we typically get to see at games at our level, and it was a really cool experience to be a part of, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for all those insights, Andrew, and that is all from us this week at the Snakebite. I'm George Connolly.
And I'm Andrew Pauling, and we'll see you guys back next week.